and that will happen through presentations or papers. And they won't get to know all of this about you just with your statement of purpose or your grades or these things, but you need people to advocate for you and say, okay, this person also has this and this and this good skill that will fit perfectly in your group and will make your group look better. So I think that's also an important advice that I will give you guys.
The next question was, I was wondering, do most research groups have a mix of master's and PhD students?
In the civil engineering department, I believe this is the case. So many of the groups that I know are both being composed by PhD students and master students. We actually have some people from the undergrad. So we work nowadays with 3 undergrads. So the idea to have the different levels within your group is to like make a better network and let the students help within each other. For instance, right now that I am the senior PhD student in my group, I get to mentor some of the masters and undergrad students. But if you are a master, you will get this experience by mentoring an undergrad student. So this is really important because even if you are planning just to do a master and then go to work directly in the industry, for sure you will have someone at some point in your work history, you will have someone at your charge. And being in a group that is mix of both or even master PhDs and undergrad students will allow you to build this specific skill of mentoring that I think is really important nowadays, especially nowadays with these times of COVID. So yeah, they are usually a mix of PhDs and masters, and funding is actually offered for both PhD and masters as well.
Lisa, what are some of the careers your past students have gone into, or what do you think are possible future careers for students doing the graduate study work that you're performing?
Oh, that's a really interesting question. So, our former students are actually all over the place. So we have some people working in the industry, in consulting firms like Jacobs or WSP. There is another former student working in Kelly Horns, that is a really big company in civil engineering. So that was also a good thing to mention, that some of our students has gone directly into the civil engineering industry because uh, statistics and models are needed to plan many of the things that we see in our built environment. But we have one student who has become a professor. She is right now in West Virginia University, being an assistant professor. She has been there, I believe, for 3 years now. We also have a student who is working as a postdoc in University of Connecticut, and then another student who is working as a postdoc in a national lab in Argonne. Uh, the latest student that our group graduated is actually applying for a position in Google, in specifically in Waymo, in the program that is building and doing research in autonomous vehicles. So if you see, we have like all the range, since really academic to national labs to industry, things like Google and companies like that. So I believe, like, because the research is really broad in a sense, but also you get many of the expertise that companies like, for instance, Google is searching, because we do also a lot of things with coding, and we use a lot of geographic information systems to do maps. So all these many skills are needed in industries like this, but also are needed to be teaching in a university. So we really had like former students being in many of these places. But that's a great question.
How has this field changed in the last few years?
So since I started, what we were mainly doing were like more, I will say, classic things, because we weren't involved that much in emerging technologies. My professor dissertation was about safety, um, but the field has really evolved into looking more at emerging technologies and how things like electric vehicles and autonomous vehicles will shape our future. And of course, to understand these things, you need things like machine learning and programming skills, and many of these like set of skills that are not only important in the field of transportation, but you also see seem them to be important in things like economics or finance and so on. So I think it has changed to be more of a modern area, using new technologies that are being explored. And this, to be honest, this change is very recent. Like, we started to work on many of these things in maybe since 3 years ago, and right now our professor is leading like a huge center that focus on sustainability through roadway electrification. So I believe the field is is in constant change right now, especially with all this technology like autonomous vehicles, drones, electric vehicles that are getting out there. Mm. But we are like, our professors still open to explore things that are not as like as modern, I will say, like AVs or electric vehicles. For instance, we are looking at things like economic resilience and how transportation influences this. And this is actually a field of the research that has been studied since many, many, many years ago. So yeah, she built a really diverse group that I think can get involved in many areas of the research in transportation. So I think even if someone feels like really afraid to do programming or doesn't have that many skills, uh, definitely being in our group will be something that will help this person to overcome this fear and be able to explore other things that might not be exactly programming, but how you can do the same, but going around the fact or your fear of programming. So that's, yeah, that's what I would say.
Okay, Lisa, I'm not sure we have any more questions that's come in. Do you have anything else that you would like to mention?
Yeah, so if you are interested in the group, please contact us. Our website is at the bottom of the poster. As I mentioned, in the website, you can see like the our students, our former students, what they are doing, what we like to do research on, or also how we spend our free time. Like, the website is really complete, explaining many of the things that make us happy here at Purdue. So I think that's also a good way to come in and come to Purdue, looking through the lens of others that are already here. So in the website, there is also our contact information. So you can send us an email if you have any other question, if this is specifically regarding to a project, You can also go to the project tab and see who is the person in charge of that project and send this person an email. And we will be happy to help with any of the questions, even if any of you guys need help with some of your statement of purpose or things like that, and you need advice from people in our group, we will be happy to do that as well. So yeah, just feel free to contact us if you have any further questions.